Amit, you have been a very familiar face at Sri Aurobindo Ashram Delhi branch for the last 7 or 8 years. And I find that gradually your association with Sri Aurobindo and the mother, their literature, their teachings, and the ashram is growing deeper and more intense. Can you tell me how initially you turned to Sri Aurobindo and the mother?
Uh, it was about 7.5 years before. Uh, um, I, I was a young entrepreneur, very passionate entrepreneur, with high energy, with only one vision at that time, that Amit wants to create some excellent products that can represent India, because the vision at that time was that somehow India has to take its glory back, and that was a passion through which I was into startup building products. But but on the back there were always questions which would silently come in. Who am I? What is the purpose of my life? Is this what I am doing? Is it all that I really want to do? So they were the questions which really kept coming up, and sometimes because of work I would suppress them, but they did keep coming up again and again. So, and one day somehow I was I had a planned meeting in Sri Aurobindo Ashram Delhi branch as a breakfast, early morning. And when I came here, I had been coming to Hoskas for many years, but I had never seen ashram here. So when I first landed here, I thought, okay, I mean, how come I never know about Sri Aurobindo Ashram Delhi branch, or probably ashram which is here in the peak of South Delhi city? But when the moment I entered inside, uh, I felt a peace. Uh, Initially, it was the peace of the environment, which really brought me, which really attached me here. And suddenly, this peace stayed with me for some time, and which led me to come back again and again. And the same questions which I had back: who am I? What is the purpose? What I am doing? Am I doing it in the right way? So automatically that started bringing in some points in mind, and at the same time my visit to ashram started coming. It became very frequent. It became frequent because initially it was a place in Delhi wherein I could find a lot of peace to just come here, sit, take walk, have tea. And slowly that led to attending Sunday satsangs. That also led to attending sessions on sonnets by Sri Aurobindo, and gradually which also led to reading on essays of Gita by Sri Arvind. And somehow, I over the period of time, then I realized it was not I who came here. It was a journey which was actually planned by Sri Arvind or Krishna, who actually brought me here, and it was a plan which was done by them. But once I came here, and over the period of time, attending all sessions, it was a depth which really pulled me, and that led me to learn more, go more deeper, and even read more on Sri Arvind. And it's a bliss, uh, which stays with me every day.
So, Amit, I can see, your journey in life has followed a course that is individual and characteristic of you. No two people's life can be exactly the same, but yet it falls into a certain pattern. You started like any young person with high ambitions and goals in the work that you're doing, but at the same time, you had that streak of idealism when you wanted to create a new image for India, to represent India. And then you also had some deeper existential questions in mind, like who am I, and so on. And both these things uh, created that urge. And the two are not really separate, because both are concerns, whether it's love for the country or whether it is those deep questions, which uh, are sort of indicate that you are trying to look at something beyond your little self. And once you are in search of that and you are sincere in your aspiration to answer those questions, then the guru finds you and creates those external circumstances which bring you to the guru. At that time, they look accidental or just sort of minor incidents in life. But later on, in retrospect, as I can see, now you find in that a pattern and a great meaning. For example, you said you came first time for a breakfast meeting with somebody, and I think it was a person, Samir, who is a devotee from Chandigarh. He was living for a few days in the ashram, and probably the only convenient time that suited most of you was breakfast, and that's how you ended up coming for breakfast. So that was the guru's way of organizing the circumstances in such a way that you will be brought to the right guru. So it's not that we pick up the guru picks us up, so that the higher force can work through that guru who is particularly meant for you to give you those answers, or at least guide you towards those answers which you are looking for, the deeper existential questions. And then you talked about the peace that you found in the ashram, Sri Aurobindo Ashram Delhi branch. It is everybody's experience, because it is difficult to find a place with that type of a peaceful atmosphere in the heart of the city. And it is due to something more than just sort of having a lot of greenery and peacocks. Of course, that does contribute. But then still, the fact is that we are in the heart of the city, and there is heavy traffic just outside the ashram on the main road. And the air knows no boundaries. If the rest of the city is polluted, our air is also polluted. But still, you find that peace. And that, I believe, emanates from primarily from the relics of Sri Aurobindo, which we have in the ashram, which are part of that material envelope of our master, as the mother called it, that body that embodied that divine consciousness, which was to take the world to a new level, create the ground for a new creation with the supramental consciousness. So it is that which creates this atmosphere. And then, of course, sincere devotees like you have been coming here for more than 60 years, ever since the ashram was initiated. And that further sort of has probably gradually accumulated a certain type of energy which and brought in a certain consciousness to the place, which creates that peaceful atmosphere. So, thank you, Amit, and we hope that this will grow further. Your association with us will grow further, and you will grow by leaps and bounds. And this will, your journey, spiritual journey, will keep getting accelerated, which will be both in your interest and the interest of the larger goal which the master and the mother have given us, that is raising the consciousness of the human race, so that the world will become a much better place to live in. Thank you, Amit.